been working so hard, please don't ever doubt me. I got no time to hate, I've been working so hard, please don't doubt me. I got no time to hate. I hope you love me and you'll never doubt me. I hope you love me and you'll never doubt me. I've been working so hard, please don't ever doubt me. I got no time to hate, I've been working so hard, please don't doubt me. I got no time to hate. I hope you love me and you'll never doubt me. I hope you love me and you'll never doubt me.
Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another NCH Software Academy class. And in this video today I'll be showing you how to sound like Juice WRLD. I don't sound like Juice WRLD, I'm not even close to sound like Juice WRLD, but I'm trying to emulate his style. If I was a producer of Juice WRLD and I had like the original voice or original vocal of Juice WRLD, this is exactly what I will be doing on the vocals. So the first thing, guys, you already know what the first thing that you really have to do is just you set your BPM on the speed of the beat. This beat was made on 170. Then I had to set it on 170. Some people may ask me, how do you know that the beat is on 170? The producers do give me I'll share here a little bit of a screenshot. The producer gave me that the beat was made on 170 and the beat was already made on E major, of which E major is a scale that we'll be using on the vocals when we are using autotune. So if you already saw like the intro, like the before and after, and you saw like the after version, it has so much compressor, but I'll be explaining that more in detail. So you gotta put your beat on, your tempo needs to be 170 depending on the tempo of your beat. If the tempo of the beat that you are using is 80, that means you gotta put 80 there. So that's the first thing that you have to do. So after that, this is what I managed to do. And then going to the effect chain. So the first thing that I had is autotune. So the autotune I use is J-Snap. So this is a pitch corrector from Mixpad, and I did a couple of effects, as you already see. So the first thing that I did, I turned my autotune amount. I want my autotune to be vibrant. That means I want my autotune to be noticeable. Although like I didn't want so much autotune, but I still wanted my autotune to be there. So I put my autotune on 100. Then my attack and my release, I put them just a little bit backwards. Then another thing, I also increased my vibrato, then a little bit of a pitch bend. So just do this if you want like a good autotune depending on your vocals. Then you can just switch up until you feel like autotune is good. You know, another thing is this threshold. You want autotune like to affect so how much you want autotune to be on what range of your vocals. I really don't know how I can explain this, but I choose to put it around 100, just between my vocals. Then I have 100% of autotune. So just try to experience. So those two key, this key you gotta put it on 100 if you want like your autotune to be, so that if someone listens to your song, that means you want your autotune to be someone can easily notice that you have autotune, or you want your song to have that autotune sound. You gotta put this button on 100 on the amount button, but you can decrease it depending on your voice. But for me, I chose to put it on 100. Then I push this a little thing backwards, my attack a little bit backwards, and also my release. Then after my pitch corrector, I decided to put my deesser. So what does the deesser does? The deesser removes like the S sound and the T sounds. So if like I'm rapping with a lot of S, so sometimes S doesn't sound good on the ears. So I decided to put my deesser just to try to minimize that. As you can see, like the original deesser, you'll see the frequency around this area. So I just decided to decrease my deesser, so my deesser cannot be very strong. Even in the compression strength, sometimes you can decrease it a little bit, especially if like your song you don't have a lot of S's. You can decrease it a little bit if you feel like your deesser is too much, because I've been getting a lot of comments saying like the people like the dehazer like ruins the song. The dehazer doesn't ruin the song. It depends on how you put it. So you gotta try to decrease all the vocal all those buttons and try to make it as low it can, as much as you can, but it should sound good. But dehazer needs to be there. All the artists, Eminem, J. Cole, they do have a dehazer, because the dehazer, all those artists, when they rap, they always have that S sound. They always have that T sound. So the dehazer is there just to try to minimize those S and T sound from your vocals to not sound very strong. Then after that, I had like a compressor. As you already like know like about my compressor, my ratio, I really love to keep my ratio around 1:2. So but for this one, I decided to keep it on 1:7. Then I had a little bit out of a lot of a gain there, then a softness and a limiter. So like the out gains, like you can, like an in gain is how much do you want like the vocals to enter this plugin. So I want like about -1 dB from the vocals, but when the vocals go out of this, I want to gain about 8 dB. So this is what generally it says. But how much do I compress? This is a threshold which tell me how much do I compress. Then I have my those are the other two things that you need like to pay attention at. So I want like my compression, I want it to smash. I want my vocals to be super thin. That's one of the things I really notice about Juice WRLD. His vocals are super thin. Like the producer always try to compress his vocals super hard. Then I hope you did hear in the beginning, it definitely had like the before and after. So after, you notice like I had a lot of a delay on my vocals, of which for me it really sound great. I did like it, so I decided to add and I decided to do those settings as on my delay settings. Although like I had like a little bit of an out gain, like just to gain my vocals, I decided just to add a little bit of a gain. But for this gain, I just keep it at 0. I didn't say like I needed it, but I'll just bring it up a little bit and say no, this is too much, and I just decided to decrease it, or just push it a negative side if it's sounding low. But for this one, I didn't see no need, so I just keep it on 0. But I'll just keep on mixing the song, decreasing the volume, and if I feel like okay it's sounding too high, I'll just decrease my gain just before I can even decrease it a little bit here. Sometimes I'll just use it here, just keep listening to it, say okay it's sounding very low and I don't want to distort it, or I don't want to distort it on this button, because sometimes if you decrease here, if you increase your volume here, it can distort the sound. So sometimes I feel like okay, I really don't have to use this button unless like I have to decrease this. I want my volume to sound low, I can use this volume. But if I want to increase it, I cannot just go around that red thing, because it means like I'll be distorting my sound. So that's why I decided to put that gain over there so that I can control my vocal. So if it's sounding a little bit low, I can just push it about 2 dB up. But you really don't need this. Okay, I can put it no more at 0. One thing that I just noticed, so I'll just mute it. So sometimes like you feel like okay, I really don't need like a one gain. We call it like a one gain or a one knob compressor, because like if you increase it, it will compress your volume and make it sound high. So sometimes you just use this out gain and make your vocal to sound loud. So after that, I had like a compressor. So a compressor, what the compressor does, it just makes your vocal to be double. It just double your vocals. Then if you double your vocals, this is how. That's what you will do. Then just try to focus on the mix level. So the mix level, it will tell you how much you want your compressor. If this is you want it on 100, that means there will be a lot of compression, and I am pretty sure, 100% sure, that it won't sound good. So you gotta decrease it a little bit. Just put it around 1, 3, 4. For this song, I believe I put it on 4%. Then another thing I did know like about Juice WRLD use a lot of reverb on his records, so definitely you gotta have like a reverb on your vocals. Definitely you need like a lot of reverb. So this is what I did on my reverb. Another thing that I think I forget to explain when it comes to G delay, you gotta like just try to focus on this button just to make sure that the delay matches, like the delay aligns with the song. So when I'm saying go, you have to say go, go, go. Like you have to align with the beat. That's why we have what's so called that's why here we have like the time signature is at 4. That means the delay has to play 4 times every time. If I say go, the delay have to play four times in the same metronome count. I don't know that you really do understand that, but if you don't, please do let me know in the comment section. I will just do a separate video trying to explain that. Then again, I noticed like another thing, like my auto tune as more as I was adding those effects and just making my vocals to sound thick a little bit, to make it thin. Okay, another thing, guys, I think I forget. Yes, I didn't mention. I did a lot of compression because I wanted my vocal to sound thin. But you don't have to make your vocal to be super thin. That's why I decided to put a chorus. A chorus, it make your vocal to sound a little bit wild, make it like a bit thicker. Please don't get confused there. If you're confused, please let me know in the comment section. Yes, I want my vocals to be thin, but at the same time I want them to be a little bit thick. I don't want them super thin. I want them thin, but I want it to have that a little bit of a professional sound on it. Just make the vocal a little bit thicker. Then I had like a G-snap. A G-snap is a pitch corrector, obvious, just like auto tune. Then I just decided like to put a little to put my pitch bend at 0, my little bit of a vibrato. Obviously we need 100% of an amount so that I can have that auto tune, because the more like you boost, sometimes the more like you boost, like for an example, I had a compressor. On my compressor, I decided like the out gain, I wanted like to gain my vocals about 8 dB. So if I'm gaining my vocals by 8 dB, that this will make my vocals to be a little bit drier, you know. Also like a chorus can make my vocals to be a little bit thick, but at the same time it can give them a little bit of dry sound. That's why I had to add a little bit of a delay, just to make them like to give them the space and make them a little bit wetter. After that, I decided to put again a pitch corrector. I hope, guys, I'm not moving very fast. Anyway, guys, another thing, I'm done with my intro. I've been working on another course whereby I was making like an intro for the channel. I believe I'm almost done. I'm 80% done with the intro of the channel. Please don't cry. I'll have an intro, definitely. I'll have an intro of the channel. And thank you so much, guys, for watching this one. Towards the end, I'll replay. Shall I play the song again? But I'll just play like the before and after. Yeah, I'll just make the before and after again so that you can also hear. I don't want to play it here because it will have that thing of like we will just do that thing of step and go, especially if we have such a lot of effects like this. I'll understand if at least that like I had 4 effects. So if there are a lot of effects like this, I'll do that thing like stop and go. But anyways, I'll be buying a new laptop, so definitely it will have enough power to allow me to play the even if like I had so many effects. So thank you so much, guys. I'll just play the before and after again, and I hope like guys you did love this one. And please do leave a comment on the section. Let me know like what else you would love me to do. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you on the next Mixpad video for the Mixpad lovers. Thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe.
I've been working so hard, please don't ever tell me I got no time to hate. I've been working so hard, please don't tell me I got no time to hate. I hope you love me and you'll never tell me. I hope you love me and you'll never tell me. I've been working so hard, please don't ever tell me I got